And we do have confirmation. soO is the player who took game number 1.
Let's go.
That's what it said, right?
Yeah, that's what it said.
Yeah. Alrighty then, we are going to be jumping right on in here onto Glittering Ashes LE. We're of course in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We have a Blues player coming down from the land of Korea. He just came out of the army, and he is popping off left and right. He is, of course, going to be representing the Freaks, also known as the Kwangdong Freaks, but based on this clan tag, I'm going to still call it the Afrika Freaks. I mean, look at that. AFSC2, that's Afrika Freaks, come on. We have soO.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Glittering Ashes LE, we have the other ex-military player, the Protoss player representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. It is herO. And this is years in the making, mate. soO has returned, and there were a lot of rumors surrounding soO in the months leading up to now. Everyone knew that he was laddering, everyone knew that he was taking names on the Korean ladder. He was looking insane. Dark even said that he was losing games to him on the Korean ladder as well, which was crazy. And now his military service is over, soO is here, and he's in the semifinals.
Just like so. Nothing can stop him from getting to a finals.
No one can stop him except for another finalist, mate. Let's go. And I'm honestly really impressed. So because we were in the other semifinals, we were casting Cure versus Classic. Unfortunately, we don't know what happened in game 1. We do know that it was a relatively quick game, but that's kind of it. So if you're in the chat and maybe you tuned into another stream, let us know what happened in game 1.
Yeah, I think Dave Testa was covering it.
Yeah.
That's where to go for the VOD of that.
Yeah, I did also hear that Renegade X was also covering that as well, as Renegade is also casting. I think they're actually casting together. I could be wrong, but I think they're, yeah.
Yeah, I would assume that's what it was.
Oh boy. But here we go. So far, we are getting into our second game here, and pretty standard openers from herO. I say standard. I'm curious to see if he's going to play with Phoenixes again, because in the new meta, herO has been playing a lot with Phoenix openers.
Yeah, going a little bit back to his roots in a way.
He was on Root Gaming.
Aha.
Did happen.
Haha.
As so far, we do have an Oracle first instead.
Yeah. We'll see if he commits to the Oracles. We have seen a number of Protoss players decide to go for, I believe, triple Oracle or something like that as a response to the meta change as an opener in PvZ, but I would be a little surprised if herO was one of them. I feel like at most he typically just gets 2 Oracles.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he ends up doubling down. For the most part, here we go. First Oracle is going across the map. This is scouted by soO, so he's fully aware. We already have a Spore in on the way. 1 for each base. Queens are in position as well. So this first Oracle shouldn't deal too much damage, but we do have a second one. So again, herO, he's more concerned with dealing damage, less so denying vision.
Yeah, it's Oracles are definitely one of those units where when you get 2 of them out, your opponent can prepare all they want. It's still going to take a couple of losses.
Yeah. And mate, he's tripling down. Triple Oracle. Let's go.
You love to see it. I love to see it.
Oh, God.
Personally.
Exactly. When you open up Triple Oracle, typically you send 2 across the map to one-shot workers, and you have your 3rd to secure this base. Meanwhile, at the same time, herO gets across the map with 2 adepts, and oh my God, gets 5 drone kills, 6 drone kills.
Fantastic target firing coming out from a Rit Protoss player. It's really going to hamper the plans of soO quite a lot. He was on a pretty comfortable amount of drones to get into the mid game. I believe it was like sub 50, something like that. But Yeah, I would have much preferred to be building army units with this larva that he's using to build drones.
Oh my god, and here he just doesn't stop, he shades in once again. 2 more depths here at the natural base, and those 3 oracles, they are sharking around outside the 3rd base, ready for an opportunity to dive in.
Like... so.
Oh my god, they dive into the main base, and this is where all the drones are being transferred, so 10 more workers go down. Finally, the adepts are dealt with, finally they're cleaned up, but soO is taking heavy losses here, and behind all of this, herO, wait, he's got his 3rd up and running.
Yeah, no pressure whatsoever. Once again, soO just hasn't been able to make lings or roaches or anything so far. He just keeps remaking his drones.
Yeah, unfortunately no tech structures yet, but there we go. We do have a roach warren thrown down, evo chamber as well. Lair is on the way. For soO at the moment, it is just kind of defend as best as I can until I can tech up. But actually deciding to counterattack with his lings. Oh.
And we'll see if that leads anywhere when the oracle's already starting to get pretty low, but not taken out yet. soO turns around, realizes, I can't break you.
Yeah, I mean, man, we got a shield battery, we got adepts, we got sentries as well. Like, this 3rd base is pretty well fortified against the amount of lings that soO has, so he can't really do too much across the map. And herO is going into ground toss. Again, something that has risen in popularity recently.
Yeah, we see a lot of that coming out nowadays in PvZ, and it's a very hotly debated subject at the moment from what I can glean, but I do think ground toss is better nowadays, just because ground toss is fun.
Yeah, I mean, herO has been having a lot of success with it. It's obviously, like, Sky Toss is still really good, and you still transition there when we go to the late game, but you don't need to go double Stargate Void Ray anymore. Blink, Stalkers, Immortals, these are all perfectly fine. And the thing is that if you bait your opponent to go into Hydras and Lurkers, well, mate, you just get carriers, you know? You just, you transition yourself, and your opponent has to try to keep up, so... Yeah, herO, he's pushing out, and soO didn't throw down a Hydrogen, he threw down a Spire.
Interesting. Well, we know that soO does enjoy his Mutalisk. He is the Mutalisk enjoyer around these parts. And we'll see if that ends up working out for him. I believe herO already has Blink. Yeah, he already has Blink. He already has a lot of Stalkers. And soO doesn't have much of anything in this army.
Yeah, he doesn't have any Ravagers. That's probably the most terrifying thing here. He only has a single Ravager to help deal with all these sentries, to deal with the force fields, but we still have plenty more energy where that came from. soO, we need more Ravagers, mate.
It's producing 4 more at the moment, but yeah, herO's already bashing down his door. He may be forced to cancel his 4th.
Yeah,
he wants to keep it alive!
He does let it finish. Can he hold on to it, though, as a couple more force fields are thrown down? We have an aggressive blink forward as well, taking out so many of these roaches, but soO has a little bit more behind this, and again, when it comes to herO's army, he only has a single Immortal.
Yeah, he doesn't have any force fields left, he just used them all up, and this is starting to turn very heavily in soO's favor. Mass warping to be more Stalkers here, just to turn the tides a little bit for herO, but soO, 11 more roaches are about to pop up for him. Very aggressive blink forward, and the oracles do come around to try to add a little more DPS as well. It looks like herO has just about done it.
Hey, herO doesn't give a damn. Oh my god, do you think there's any finesse with blinks? Nah, man, you just Chad blink on top of the army time and time again. The entire Zerg army crumbles, mate. herO, he doesn't want the 4th, he wants the game. GG gets called. herO ties up the series.
And you thought Patience was fearless with his blinks.
Oh my god, there's a reason why they call him the smiling assassin, mate. He's crazy, he's lost his mind, and again, the power of that push did come down to those Winkstalkers. It also came down to the fact that soO was really struggling to get there to begin with, right? He was constantly being forced to remake drones and drones and drones. His Roach Warren was relatively late. He wasn't ready for the push either. Remember, when the push came, he had a single Ravager. That's all he had.
That is all he had. The hero had a ton of force fields ready and waiting, a ton of sentries ready and waiting to force field. Yeah, very much does. As you were saying, does come down to the fact that soO, I think, lost about 15 drones or something like that in the early game.
Yeah.
He wasn't... When it came to the mining and the income, he wasn't hurting too bad because he was able to reproduce the drones very, very quickly, but every time you're producing a drone, you're using one larva that could have been utilized to make a roach or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you really could have. Yeah. So just like that, very well executed build there by herO, or style, I should say. He ties up that series, and we are now going into our ace match. As we get into our ace match, I want to give a massive shout out to garboham in the chat, subscribing for tier 2 for 23 months. Mate, that's almost 2 years.
Ooh! That might as well be 4 years because it's tier 2 instead of tier 1.
I don't think that's how it works, but okay.
Math. Yeah, thank you very much, garboham. Enjoy the emotes and enjoy the quacks to come eventually. As
Quack.
we continue our series now onto Quack, 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 L-E, Quack, 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 Quack.
Okay.
The Blues player in the Quack corner of the map. We, of course, Quack, the player from Quackia. He is going to be representing Africa Quacks. We have soO Quack.
Did you keep track of how many quacks that was?
18.
And spawning in the top quack corner of the quack. We have mate, the smiling assassin himself. He has returned from the military. He is nothing but a quack right now, tying up that series 1-1, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming DPG. It is herO. Let's go.
Let's keep going. Or quack going, as they say.
So that was a very solid game 2 there from herO. Unfortunately, soO wasn't really able to play out his game. He was never able to move out across the map. He was stuck on his own side, just struggling to defend the relentless aggression from herO, struggling and ultimately failing.
Like so.
So we'll see if soO's able to change things up. We'll see what herO does as well, because he doesn't necessarily have to go for the same kind of opener as he did in the previous game, Triple Oracle, I mean.
Yeah, especially I want to keep my eyes on soO here to see, how he is playing, how he's adapted to the changes in the game since he's been gone.
Mm-hmm.
You also kind of have to pay attention to herO in any matchup he plays. He just has so many different types of styles that he can throw out. Somebody described herO as probably the most adaptable Protoss player. Like the Protoss player able to adapt the best mid-series, and yeah, I gotta have to agree.
Yeah, he's a terrifying opponent. There's a reason why herO has kind of risen to the ranks he has so quickly. There's a reason why he's the highest rated player on Aligulac, highest rated Protoss player, I should say. Yeah, he's a beast, mate. He is a beast. Meanwhile, thank you so much, Sounder, for reminding me. Yes, I did pay out the predictions for Cure versus Classic, but we will not have predictions for this series because we did jump in mid-series.
Yeah, we don't want anything to influence the decision-making.
The youth.
No, well, we want to influence the youth.
Do we want? Do we want to influence the youth?
Yeah. We want to get them off of
TikTok.
TikTok, yeah. Off of TikTok and did I still play Fortnite?
NFTs.
We got to get them off of NFTs.
That's what the kids are doing nowadays, right? They're getting
Yeah.
they get their blockchains going on TikTok.
Yeah, they are. They're. Unironically, I really don't know what the kids.
Like, I don't know. What do the kids do?
I just know.
Like, do they still play Fortnite? Oh, God. Yeah, cool. You're getting old.
I unironically don't know what the kids are doing, but I still know that it's bad because they are younger than me.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know what they're doing, but it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. Yep.
Oh, God. Meanwhile, we did have another Oracle opener. What's important is that this time we only had 2 Oracles.
Ooh.
We did not have a third. So the second Oracle is just kind of chilling here at home trying to deny vision. And deny vision is going to be so important because, ooh, the wall is the wall. We do have a Templar Archives. Twilight Council, sorry.
What? I was gonna. Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah, if I miss something, but yeah. Building off of that, the second Oracle, we get the answer to why herO didn't go for a third Oracle. Is because he did want to preserve some gas for those glaive adepts. soO didn't go all the way into the main base, doesn't have eyes on it, but I do kind of feel like once you see all those adepts that herO made, you kind of get an idea of how he wants to play.
Yeah, at the moment he's in the dark though, and soO, it looks like he wants to take out the third base. He is massing nothing but Lings right now, and Lings against Adepts aren't necessarily what you want, but it looks like soO for the time being has finished droning.
Yeah, Lings definitely aren't what you want against Adepts, but he is just trying to buy himself a little bit of time for his Roaches to come out. Roach Roar now finished up, 6 Roaches are on the way, and now it's just really up to soO to be able to defend and, you know, mineral transfer as best he can.
Yeah,
nice surround.
Yeah, honestly, a pretty great surround here from all of these Lings, but at the end of the day, they're still fighting Glaive Adepts, and the Adepts do eventually clean all of them up. They get on top of the drones as well, but soO has survived long enough for the Roaches to come out.
Only 4 drones being taken out this time. Very nicely done by soO in the defense.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. Much, much worse there for soO. As there's a couple more drones. Adepts are actually back with a vengeance here, looking to maybe sneak in from both ends, actually.
Yeah, this is really the key to the Glaive Adept style. You have so much ability, you have so much potential for multi-prong. You throw in a couple of Oracles into that mix, and you really start picking that Zerg player apart.
Yeah.
More drones go down for a total of 11. That's quite a bit.
It is quite a bit. 11 drones and 32 Lings. Ay, ay, ay. And now, after all said and done, herO, he establishes his third base. We have shield batteries, we have pylons, we have overcharge. This third base is now up and running, and now soO is in a really rough position because we are equal in economy, which means the Zerg player is behind.
Yeah, funny how that works out, but that is how the math works out in StarCraft 2.
Yeah, we need a fourth base. That's kind of what I'm really getting at. Where is the fourth of soO? Right now, he's just hyper-focused on defending, and he does snipe one of those Oracles at the same time. We still have the Mass Adept here. Oh, yeah, yeah.
I feel like we're getting a little bit of deja vu here from game number 2, where soO just lost enough drones that he felt so compelled to remake them that he just hasn't really been making that much army units. Thankfully, at the very least, soO isn't losing as many drones this game, but that may or may not just be copium from my end.
I mean, the thing is that, mate, the Adepts aren't done. They shade into the natural base as well. More drones are falling left and right. And what's scary is that the Hydrogen has been scouted. soO hasn't been remaking his drones, and herO is working on his own splash damage.
Yep. Robo Bay is on the way.
Oh my god.
Disruptors most likely going to be coming out, and that's exactly what herO wants right now. He has forced soO to build so many roaches.
Is this Zest in IEM from 2 years ago? Like, the Glaive Adepts are actually pulling soO apart. Like, he just can't stop them. He just keeps losing worker after worker. The Roach count is getting pretty high, but again, herO just has to make sure he has an anti-Roach army at home. And it's still busy dealing with the Adepts.
They really are. You know what? It kind of makes sense, actually, because soO did leave IEM at around that time, didn't he?
He did. That's when he got second place.
For the military.
Oh, first place, sorry.
Well, I was going to say, that was around the time when soO left for the military, wasn't it? So, yeah, it makes sense.
Oh, it really does.
This is working against him.
Meanwhile, we do see, okay, soO does dive on top of the army, forces a recall, takes out 2 of those sentries. Honestly, a very nice pick up there. But herO isn't done. He does have a bit of a double immortal drop going on.
herO has just been absolutely relentless this entire time. And what's worrisome, the thing that's really kind of killing soO here is that he hasn't scouted and realized that herO, for a very long time, has been on 3 bases.
And on top of that, herO's getting a 4th. herO is the first to expand. That's how far ahead he's been. You could argue maybe he's being too greedy. Maybe because soO doesn't have a 4th base yet, you know, he's going to be working on his army instead. And when he does push out, he's going to hit hard and heavy. But oh my god, herO is here to deny the 4th.
He could kill it. He doesn't get the kill, but he does force the cancel. So it's still very, very nicely done by from herO.
Oh my god, leave him alone. We have another stasis in the main base, and here we go. We have a third immortal. We have 2 disruptors. herO is ready to fight soO's army.
And we'll see if that translates. A very juicy connection. Taking out all of the Ravagers there.
Getting some deja vu, mate. 0 Ravagers, which means there's no way to help deal with these force fields, no way to zone the army out or anything like that. We do have a couple more Ravagers on the way, but again, Roach Hydra, it's not the most ideal army.
Not at all. It's already not ideal in the mid game. We're about to get to the later path, the later stage of the mid game here.
Oh my god, and there's just no creep spread. Like, the creep is so limited here. herO, he dives on that 4th base. He wants to force another cancel at the same time. The main army dives on top of these queens.
We'll be able to get the majority of them. Disruptors are honestly a little bit exposed, but I guess it doesn't matter too much.
Oh my god, yeah, both Novas go off. Meanwhile, in the midst of all this, herO did deny that 4th base once again with his Blink Stalkers. I say deny was actually a kill, and now he blinks on forward as well.
Yeah, this is starting to get really overwhelming right now for herO. Or for soO, I should say. herO battering down the hatches. He's barely losing any units. GG is called. And herO will be taking that series 2-1 to face Cure in the Grand Finales. Very well played.
That was a dominant showing, mate. GG, well played. We didn't get to see game 1. We didn't get to see how soO was able to take a game, but in game 2 and especially game 3, herO was in full control, mate.
Absolutely. If I had to guess what went on in game number 1, Light, it was herO didn't go for harass in the early game. soO got to the mid game and just went out of control from there. Again, I'm just speculating here, but based on how soO was playing and based on how herO was trying to prevent the mid game from happening as much as possible, I think that's just about what happened.
Yeah, that makes the most sense, right? Because in both game 2 and game 3, soO never got to move out with his army. Yep. He was stuck at home the entire time. Once. And it's probably because in the previous game, soO's just sheer macro was insane. He was able to drone up, he was able to establish bases, max out on roaches, which, mate, historically, that's kind of what he's known for, right?
Yeah. Zerg doesn't need tier 3, only roach. It's, soO's, that's basically been soO's MO since the start of Legacy.
It has been his mantra for a long time, but you could argue that he's been found out because herO, he just turned up the aggression to not even 11 to 12, 13, 14. He just broke the meter, mate. And he was, again, it was crazy to see him use adepts that way because I haven't seen that in a long time.
I'm kind of hoping to make a little bit of a comeback here, honestly.
I'm as a Zerg player, I'm not looking forward to it.
I'm hoping to come back. Terror player.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why it was so popular. Wow.
Yeah. And you could definitely also see, despite all of the losses that soO was sustaining in the early game, he was still very quick to recover economically. It's just that, again, Zerg's economy works a little bit different from Terran and Protoss. You can't be producing both workers and army at the same time, like Terran and Protoss can.
Yeah, it's one or the other, and soO, he was
yeah, soO eventually started falling. Again, very, very smart choice from herO. Very, very good adjustment from herO. He correctly identifying how to win against soO's style and just doing it till he won.
Yeah, it was abusive. is what it was. Like I felt bad for soO, man. He comes back from the military. He's like, all right, I'm back. New meta, right? No, we just have mass adepts all over the place. But that was just
It's like, it is a new meta, soO, just not the meta that you thought it was new for.
Exactly, exactly.
Like, it's a new meta to the meta you were gone for.
And it was just very well done as well. You know, it isn't easy to pull off. herO, he was just left and right. There were depths, there were oracles diving in as well. He even had the war prism. He was expanding and transitioning back at home. Like, it does take a lot of APM and a lot of control and a lot of attention to pull off well. And herO is just that kind of player.
Oh yeah, out of all the Protoss players, herO would be the one to be able to pull it off.